leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds for NBA 2K to finally fix their servers. We went on to next gen, it still was a problem. They need to fix these joints, so leave a like.
I got digital dash camera with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high right through your block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say. I got digital dash camera with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I have in the bins and pull out.
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fizz back in the video with yet another video. Today I'm coming to you guys with the rarest builds in NBA 2K21. And yeah, man, yesterday I came at y'all with the builds with the most badges. Today I got y'all with the rarest builds. Tomorrow I got y'all with a very special video where I found 3 of the best builds that stand far above the rest of all the other builds that you'll see in this game. And I'm gonna go over in detail how those builds are the best in tomorrow's video. If you guys want that joint to come out as soon as possible, go ahead and drop that like. If you want to be able to be the first to that video, go ahead and drop a sub. If you're new, we're on the road to 100K, turn on notifications. But further ado, let's go ahead and hop straight into it. Alright, so for these ranking videos, I don't really usually have honorable mentions. Or I usually do have honorable mentions, but lately I haven't been having honorable mentions to make the video shorter. But for this video, I couldn't leave this off. This is actually one of the more popular builds on 2K20. On 2K21 current gen, it was not as popular. And I guess next gen, people are just not getting this build at all. And it's going to be the two-way slashing Playmaker. Now, I've dropped a video on this channel already on how to make it, but I'm gonna go over it again. So this build is gonna be small forward, 6'6", 180 pounds, and 7'3" on the wingspan. Then you're gonna end up getting 8 finishing, 10 shooting, 28 playmaking, and 18 defensive. Now this build is actually a well-rounded build. It's not a bad build at all. You can do a lot of things with it. The only thing that's gonna be kind of light on it is the shooting. You might not get enough finishing badges, but you're already gonna be able to get enough for posterizer and slithery finisher, so you're gonna have enough in my opinion. But yeah, it's like a well-rounded build. It's gonna be able to do a lot, but it's really gonna mainly be a playmaking slashing or two-way slashing Playmaker, if you understand that, where you're gonna have a hole on interior defense, but it's not gonna be the biggest deal because a lot of people don't really put up the interior defense on this game because they want to be able to put up other things. Now when it comes to the takeovers I ended up going with on this build ended up being ankle breaking shots and finishing moves, and those are very good takeovers for this build. And the build comes out as a two-way slashing Playmaker similar to LeBron James. And yeah, man, that's going to be pretty much the build. Alright, now hopping into the top 5. Now for the top 5, this is going to be all of the rarest builds in the game, in my opinion. First build is going to be the two-way slashing shot creator. Now this build is becoming more and more popular, but in my opinion, it's still one of the rarest builds in the game. Now how do you make it? This is going to be at the small forward position. A lot of people make it at the shooting guard position. A lot of people make it at the power forward position, but this is going to be at the small forward position. Now for this build, you're going to end up being at the small forward, 6'7", 220 pounds, and 7 foot on the wingspan. Then for the badge count, you're going to have 12 finishing, 21 shooting, 14 playmaking, and 20 defensive badges. That's very well rounded, and it's actually a really good build at the small forward position. Now you're gonna have holes on the strength, you're gonna have holes on the steal, you're gonna have holes in the interior defense, but in my opinion it's still gonna be a very well rounded build. Then when it comes to the takeovers, you end up going with, again, we're gonna go with finishing moves and ankle breaking shots. When you get Mamba mentality, if you don't want those takeovers, either way you can change those when you get max badges, so that's not really a big concern since we can change our takeovers now. And the build comes out as a two-way slashing shot creator. Now if you make it at the shooting guard, it's gonna be very close to that MJ Kobe build. It's still a very close to MJ Kobe build, it's just gonna be at a different position. But yeah, man, that's going to be the two-way slashing shot creator build, and that's going to be one of the rarest builds in the game. Alright, next, coming in at number 4 is going to be literally the multi-position defender. This is going to be a build that's actually similar to Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler, and it's obviously going to be a very good defensive build. Now, how are you going to be making this build? This build is going to be at the small forward position. Again, 6'7", 222 pounds with 7'4" wingspan, so pretty much max wingspan. Then when it comes to the badge count, you're going to have 13 finishing, 13 shooting, 5 playmaking, which this is not really a build that's really meant to be on the ball. It's going to be kind of like a secondary ball handler type build that can shoot and that can make his free throws and it can dunk and lay up and stuff like that. And also, this build can go into the post. And then on the defense, where it's supposed to be good at, has 27 defensive badges. Now, if you make it a little bit different, tweak it here and there on a lot of different things, you can actually get up your rebounding, interior defense, all this stuff on defense. You can get this up. You're not going to get as many badges on finishing and shooting, but you can still tweak this a lot to get a couple things up. And yeah, you even have a lot of stuff on physicals. Now, the only real hole on physical is pretty much vertical, because you have literally everything else on physicals max. So that's just gonna make this build very good and dominant for what it's supposed to be doing. Now, only thing you probably would rather be able to do at a high rate with this build is rebounding. Then when it comes to the takeovers, since we have such good rebounding and defense, or not rebounding, really just mainly defense, because we actually have a hole on rebounding, the takeovers I ended up going with, I didn't really go with takeovers to really help us on defense. The best takeover for defense, in my opinion, is enhanced jump shot. The other takeovers are not really that crazy. Then so I ended up going with spot of precision, which is, in my opinion, the best takeover, and finishing moves. I'm gonna be ranking the takeovers again soon to go in detail on this, but yeah, just know for right now, those are the 2 best takeovers, and the build comes out as a multi-position defender, similar to shades of Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, and Paul Pierce. I don't know where Paul Pierce came from, but yeah, but it's going to be the multi-position defender build. Alright, next is going to be the build that comes in at number 3. Now, this build is actually kind of popular for the first name, the 3-point playmaker, but this is rare because it's called the 2-way 3-point playmaker. Now, it was kind of rare and kind of popular on 2K20, but it was really more on the rare side. Now, the way that you're going to be making this build is actually going to be a point guard build. This build ends up with 1 finishing, 20 shooting, 21 playmaking, and 10 defensive badges. Now, even on the defense, it's not really lacking too crazy things. Now, you really want an interior defense on this game, and you really do kind of want to steal on this game, because those are like the best things to get stops. But you're going to pretty much have perimeter defense, and you're going to be able to get rebounds, so that's still good. And then when it comes to the playmaking, you're not going to have no holes. Shooting, you're not really going to have no holes. And finishing, you're going to have a really good driving dunk. And the driving layup might be a hole, but you're not really trying to lay up at all in this game anyway. You're trying to really shoot with this build, play make, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, for what it's supposed to be doing, it's still gonna be a good build. Then when it comes to the takeovers, I end up going with, I go with spot of precision and enhanced jump shot contest, and the build comes out as a 2-way 3-point playmaker, similar to Damian Lillard, Baron Davis, and Ja Morant. Those are three completely different players, but yeah, that's going to be the build. Alright, coming in at the number 2 spot on this list. Now, these 2 spots on this list, this is kind of getting more popular now, but it's still extremely rare. Now, this is going to be the all-around 2-way build. You probably heard about this build. Now, this build is going to be at the small forward position, 6'7", 198 pounds, 6'11" on the wingspan. Then when it comes to the badge count, you're going to have 10 finishing, 8 shooting, 20 playmaking, and 22 defensive. So it's really, really well-rounded on the defense. The only hole you really have on defense is offensive rebound and steal. On finishing, you actually have a decent driving layup, and one of the only builds that's actually going to have a close shot. On the shooting, if you're playing rec or prom, you're gonna be lacking on the free throw. I'm gonna be honest. And then on the physicals, you're not gonna have the max stamina that you probably want, or vertical, or strength, but you're gonna have that max speed and acceleration. So that's still gonna be a really well-rounded build. You got a couple holes here and there, but when it comes to getting names, you're gonna have to take holes. I'm just being honest with you. Then when the takeovers come to the takeovers of what I chose, spot up precision, enhanced jump shot contest, and the build comes out is an all-around 2-way, similar to LeBron James and Scottie Pippen. I ain't even gonna say the other dude, but yeah, that's going to be the all-around 2-way build, one of the rarest builds in the game, in my opinion, a top 2 rare build in the game. And last but not least, the rarest build in the game. This actually might not just be the rarest build in the game, but this is actually gonna be definitely the best build on this list, in my opinion. The only one that's even closest, maybe the 2-way slashing shot creator, but in my opinion, I still would say this build is better. Now, the way that you make this build is going to be at the power forward position. A lot of people make this build at small forward. Some people even make it at shooting guard. The rarest position forward is actually power forward, and that's the most overpowered position in the game. Now, when it comes to how you make it, power forward, 6'7", 239 on the weight, 7'2" wingspan, and then 13 finishing, 10 shooting, 27 playmaking, and 18 defensive rebound badges. If that's not well-rounded, I don't know what is. And then the takeovers, we gonna end up going with a spotter precision and finishing moves. Those are the 2 best takeovers in the game. And the build comes out as an all-around threat build, similar to shades of Jason Tatum, Zion Williamson, and Pascal Siakam. So yeah, man, that's going to be the rarest build in the game. In my opinion, this is going to be the best build on the list too. If you guys want me to drop more videos going over the rarest builds and drop a new video going over the rarest build with a whole completely different list of rare builds, go ahead and just spam the like button. If you guys want me to drop those 3 builds I was talking about earlier in the video, that's going to be the best builds in the game, just go ahead and spam the like button. But yeah, man, turn on post notifications, be the first to every single one of my videos. Share this video to anybody you think this will help. Subscribe if you're new. We on this road to 100K, so I really would appreciate it. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm out there, man.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah! Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die. Man, they say he going too fast.